How's it going, everyone? The PlayStation Store's summer sale, yes, the big summer sale, is coming to an end. Tomorrow will be the last full day that you can pick up any of the deals that do interest you. I would highly recommend you to jump on that if any of the games do have your particular interest. Pick them up now. You have all of today and all of tomorrow. I do imagine that come tomorrow, a new PlayStation Store will cycle in. That's just how these things work. There is a smaller sale going on right now that we'll cover in a later video. But nonetheless, got some final deals to go over. Got a plethora of titles here, so let's just get right into it. And let's start things off with Valkyria Chronicles 4 Complete Edition. Now, oftentimes I do recommend the Valkyria Chronicles 1 and 4 bundle. However, that does not include the Valkyria Chronicles 4 DLC. So if you want the complete experience from VC4, you do want to pick up the Complete Edition. This is $15 right now, which I do think is pretty good. You guys know how I feel about this game. Great tactics-based JRPG with an awesome story, great cast of characters. Can't say enough good things about it. Love the storybook style of storytelling, and yeah, definitely one worthwhile to pick up. And I often say that even if you're not a big JRPG fan, Valkyria Chronicles is one of those low-key bangers that is great as a gateway JRPG too, so definitely give it a look. I think this is a great price with all of the DLC included. Next up, we have Middle-earth: The Shadow Bundle. This is $10.49, and I had not even known that they had a bundle like this available. Goes to show how dumb I am, but Middle-earth: The Shadow Bundle is 85% off for $10.49. This includes both Shadow of Mordor Game of the Year Edition and Shadow of War Definitive Edition, so you're getting both games. Shadow of War Definitive Edition, I believe when that goes on sale, that's like $10, or maybe it's like $9, and then Shadow of Mordor is $5 for the Game of the Year Edition. Both for $10.49. If you haven't played both of the games, if you haven't played either, I should say, and you need to pick up both, this is an awesome way to do so. Obviously, both games are super stylish open world games. Combat is super satisfying and very, very enjoyable. Narratives are pretty good. I'm not a big Lord of the Rings guy or anything like that, but I enjoyed my time with Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War. I thought Shadow of War was the stronger game, but both definitely worthwhile to play through at $10.49. Great pickup there for both those games. A lot of content for your dollar. Next up, we have Tetris Effect Connected, 50% off for $19.99. This is available with PlayStation Plus Extra, but nonetheless, Tetris Effect is one of those games. I mean, it's Tetris at the end of the day, but it's Tetris done in such a flashy and stylish way that you kind of have to play it to really experience it. Yeah, I can tell you it's Tetris, but you haven't played Tetris like this, and Tetris Effect is a very, very enjoyable game. And as someone that doesn't have some sort of nostalgic attachment to Tetris as a whole, this does a really good job. It's done by Enhance as well, who they do a great job with these titles. You do have multiplayer included as well with Connected, so $19.99 for this. Yeah, it might seem pricey for a Tetris title, but I still think it's very much worth it. Next up, we have Trek to Yomi, 30% off for $13.99. Now, I did a full review of this game. Go check it out. But in short, if you like samurai movies, Trek to Yomi is going to be something you really enjoy. The only drawback, really, to Trek to Yomi is from a content standpoint, in the sense that this is an incredibly short game. Yes, is there a little bit of replayability? Sure, but this is a game that you'll complete in one, maybe two sittings at most, and you know, when you're paying $14 for a game, your mileage may vary on how value-oriented that is, given that you have something like Middle-earth: The Shadow Bundle and Valkyria Chronicles 4 right around the same price, and getting far more content out of that. But sometimes you just want a unique game, and Trek to Yomi is definitely unique. It's definitely a bloody game. And again, sometimes also you do want a shorter game that you can get in, have a good time with, and then get out and move on to the next game. And I feel like Trek to Yomi does a pretty good job offering you that. So for $14, is it the best pickup from a content standpoint and a value standpoint for $1 per hour of gameplay or whatever? Maybe not, but is it a good game? Oh, for sure. Next up, we have ANNO Mutationem. This is 30% off for $17.49. We also did a full review of this game, and this is a game that right away, from an art style standpoint, a presentation standpoint, it is going to hook a lot of people in, and it's going to draw a lot of people in. The art style is gorgeous. The game is gorgeous to look at, and it does have a lot of quality to it. I think the voice acting is pretty good. I think some of the narrative elements are quality, and there is this air of mystery to the game. The gameplay does start off super simplistic, but you do unlock more abilities, and it does open up a little bit more at some points. You're throwing like flying knees, and you can start doing that, and that's pretty cool, and it does expand a little bit. There's some issues here and there, like translation issues and whatnot, but overall, if you do want a a side-scrolling action title, I feel like you're gonna have a good time with Anno Mutationem. $17.49 might still be a little bit pricey. If it was like around $13, around Trek to Yomi's price, I would say, hey, for sure. But if you've been eyeing this game for a while, I still think that's an okay price, and definitely one at some point I would give a look to. If you want to keep it on the wish list for now, by all means do that, but at some point, do check it out. I think you're gonna have a good time with it. Next up, we have Wolfenstein Alt History Collection, 67% off for $19.79. This is giving you a lot of content for your money. Wolfenstein the New Order, Wolfenstein the Old Blood, Wolfenstein 2 the New Colossus, and the co-op Wolfenstein Youngblood. You're getting a lot for your dollar here. New Order is fantastic. New Colossus is fantastic. Those are the two main games. Old Blood is pretty good as well. Youngblood, not as hot on that, but the rest of the games are worthwhile, and $19.79 for all that content is quite good. Over-the-top first-person shooters, you guys know the deal with Wolfenstein. The games definitely get a little bit chaotic, a little bit wacky, and a little bit out there, but they're a lot of fun, and the narratives are pretty good as well. And from a gameplay standpoint, if you want quality first-person shooters, you'll definitely find that with Wolfenstein. Next up, maybe the best deal on this entire sale, Dying Light Definitive Edition, 75% off for $12.49. Dying Light 1 is just a fantastic game, and I feel like most people would rank Dying Light 1 above Dying Light 2. We'll see where Dying Light 2 goes with future updates and things like that, but Dying Light 1, if you buy it now, you're already getting an incredibly polished and incredibly well-done experience, and for $12.49, you get a lot of content for your money. You get the following in here as well, which they added to the base game. Now that if you buy it, you just get the definitive edition, which is great, and the game itself is fantastic. It has a PS5 upgrade as well. How many developers are upgrading games from 2015 onto PlayStation 5? Gotta give Techland a lot of credit for what they've done with Dying Light 1. They've just kept this game updated and kept this game at an extremely high level at $12.49. If you have yet to play Dying Light 1, I implore you, go back and check it out. You're gonna have a great time with it. Dying Light 2, I enjoyed. Don't get me wrong, I had a good time with it, but if you haven't played either of the Dying Light games, check out Dying Light 1 first. It's a better game in my opinion. Majority of people I think would agree with me on that have played both, and it's a far cheaper game, so you're really just making out like a bandit with this one. $12.49, great price here. Next up, you guys know me, I love me my Skyrim, and honestly, Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Anniversary Edition, 60% off for $19.99. Man, that's a good price for Skyrim Anniversary Edition. Yeah, have we bought the game about 64 times? Sure, but if you are one of the very few people that never have played Skyrim, or hell, maybe you only played it once, maybe you only played it back on the PlayStation 3, maybe you didn't check out the DLC, well then, Skyrim Anniversary Edition is a pretty good buy. The PlayStation 5 version runs really well. The Anniversary Edition includes the DLC, it includes the Anniversary Edition upgrade, and Skyrim to me is just a timeless classic. I know some people may think I overrated a little bit, but I think Skyrim and Elder Scrolls in general, it's far more up my alley than Fallout. Can I appreciate the Fallout games? For sure, but Skyrim and Elder Scrolls in general are the games that I really enjoyed. You know, you can't ever get sick of dragons coming in and whatnot, but yeah, for $20, I think this is a great buy. Would definitely give it a strong recommendation. Next up, if you've been following this channel for any length of time, you also know I'm big on a couple of visual novels, especially those from Spike Chunsoft. Danganronpa 1 and 2 Reload, slam dunk deal here. 60% off for $16. Danganronpa 1 and 2 are fantastic, and as great as Danganronpa 1 was, I think Danganronpa 2 is an even better game. I think it's a more clever game, and I don't want to get into too many spoilers, but give Danganronpa 1 a shot. I guarantee you within 30 to 45 minutes, that game is going to really hook you in, and that's what did it for me, man. Danganronpa was one of the first visual novels I ever played. I played it on the PlayStation Vita when it came out then, and I wasn't sure. I wasn't completely sold on it. I was like, was this game gonna be for me? And oh yeah, it was for me. I was absolutely addicted to it, and I completed the game in a couple days, and it's a lengthy game. Just so many twists and turns, just a clever and very well-crafted story that really ties everything together really well. Just had a great time with it. If you're a fan of murder mysteries, if you're a fan of narrative-driven games, even if it looks a little bit wacky, even if it looks a little bit over the top, give it a shot, and I guarantee you're probably going to end up really enjoying it, so give that a look. I think Danganronpa is one of those franchises that, yes, looks so goofy at first, but then more and more people give it a shot, and then they realize, oh, there's more than meets the eye with this one. Give it a look. I think 16 bucks for both games is pretty good. Next up, we got Catherine Full Body Digital Deluxe Edition. Speaking of wacky, over-the-top, narrative-driven games of a different sort, Catherine Full Body Edition is definitely all of that. 75% off for $12.49. This is a game that when it came out for $50, just a little bit of a hard sell. It's a game that I played when it initially came out, and I really enjoyed it, but, yeah, just a little bit pricey, but for $12.49 and for the digital deluxe edition, I think this is a good buy. Now, the DLC you get with it isn't anything blowaway, some voice sets, some character commentary sets, and things like that, but you get the full game, that's what matters, and the full game is quite good. A lot of replayability, multiple endings, a lot of different pathways you can go, and overall, a pretty enjoyable game. And yeah, this is one of those games that if you want to invite like a significant other or whatever and have them play it with you, or just watch the story unfold, I think that's pretty enjoyable. I don't know, maybe some of you guys want to invite the boys over and play through Catherine as well. More power to you. Whatever you want to do, it's just one of those narrative-driven games that everybody can gather around the couch and just, you know, have a good time with. So $12.49 for that, I think, is a pretty good buy. Next up, we have Devil May Cry HD Collection and a Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition bundle. Are these games as good as Devil May Cry 5? Probably not. I mean, relative to the time they came out, maybe they were as good as DMC5, but they definitely show their age, especially the first 3 Devil May Cry games. If you want the breakdown, Devil May Cry 1 is great. Devil May Cry 2 is seen as the worst game in the franchise by far. Devil May Cry 3 is very good as well. Devil May Cry 4 is pretty good, however, a lot of redundant environments and redundant elements to that game that kind of hold it back from true greatness, but still overall a good time. All of these games for $14.84. If you played DMC5 and you really enjoyed it and you want to go back and check out all of the other games, not a bad pickup for sure at this price point. And lastly, I do want to give a shout to Frostpunk Complete Collection, 67% off for $14.84. 11-Bit Studios does a really good job of making games that make you feel some type of way, and Frostpunk definitely invokes that as well. Of course, they did This War of Mine, but Frostpunk is a management society survival game where you have to make a lot of harsh decisions and you have to survive in this cold winter, and yeah, let's just say things are on edge all the time and you're gonna have to make some very, very risky decisions. A lot of replayability as well, and on top of that, the Complete Collection includes the Season Pass with a bunch of additional expansions, 3 expansions for the game, so you're getting a far more refined experience here. For $14.84, the content you're getting, I think, is quite good. A lot of replayability, and you can sink a lot of hours into this one. It works well enough on the PlayStation 4 that I'm still inclined to give it a recommendation. And that is gonna do it for me. Again, the long-lasting summer sale is officially coming to an end. Tomorrow will be the last full day, and with the conclusion of this sale, obviously there's gonna be more sales. Don't worry too much if you're not picking anything up. There's gonna be more opportunities to pick up a lot of great games, and before you know it, we're gonna be in the holiday season. We're gonna have Black Friday deals. It's gonna be all of that craziness once again. Can't believe we're already approaching that season. I mean, we're still in August, but you guys get the idea. That's gonna do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.